Hey y'all, what's up? I'm Mimi, aka the Piscean Seer, and this is one of your daily collective messages, okay? Like, and subscribe if you get anything out of this. Thank you so much to those of you who do like, subscribe, and comment, okay? It is always going to be loved and appreciated. God, archangels, ancestors, ascended masters, all beings of the highest white light with the best interest of me and the collective at heart, you are always and forever welcome into my readings, okay? Please give my beautiful and amazing Piscean Seer family the best and most accurate information for them at this time, okay? So this is part 7 of the Divine Guide to the Galaxy, okay? So, when I was sitting here thinking about this, just listening to music and drinking my coffee, okay, and smoking, I they were telling me that this part is about like answering, it's about receiving answers and exercising your purpose, okay? Entering into this sacred union with the self, okay? It's like you become totally, like at this point, you're totally emotionally balanced and nothing can knock you off of that, okay? The first thing that I wrote on this list from what I seen in the movie was shower, okay? And then here we go with the diva, the diva of the element of water, and then we got sacred union under that, okay? And then we got the angel of language, okay? Because also you're receiving so much communication at this stage that it's not even funny and even very connected in with the earth, okay? Because you work on mastering water and earth first, and then you master the fire and the air, you know, which is like your passions and your mind, okay? So, shower represents cleansing yourself from the stress and troubles of the world, okay? So, you get to a point where you become very good at transmutation, very good at getting that negative, lower vibrational energy right off of you, you know? And it is something that's divinely guided for you in every moment. Look, we got the angel of love at the bottom of the deck, okay? And then we got Sumaruna, okay, with the angel of spiritual awakening. So this is our overall energy. It's 32. Oh, 32 is the number 5, okay? It's so funny how they keep making the overall energy equal 5. Where is it? And it's funny because the angel of love is right in front of the angel of spiritual awakening. So it says, we are not human beings having a spiritual experience. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And by the time you get to part 7 of the journey, you are very aware of this, okay? So it says, if you drew this card, Sumaruna knows that you are part of this spiritual awakening transition that humanity is currently experiencing. This awakening is certainly not a bed of perfumed roses, which is hilarious because rose is next, okay? It says, how could it be otherwise? Because you, layer by layer, are experiencing a dissolution of the person you were as a part of the becoming of the person you truly are. At times, you may have felt as if you are staring into the abyss, but this is an integral part of the soul's journey. Sumaruna reminds you of some of the significant stages that a person will undergo in this spiritual ascension. Paradoxically, the early stages of the ascent feel much more like a descent. It says this period is intensely difficult with a sense of alienation, isolation, disconnection, and a persuasive disillusion with life. This isolation is the encounter with the void within, and this stage can often arise through a personal crisis, such as a severe illness, an accident, the death of a loved one, being made redundant, or separation in a relationship. You, at these times, are forced to face the harsher reality. Okay, this is like our recap. It says, this challenging period is the fecund soil for the new growth of awakening. And here you may have had thoughts such as, surely there must be more to life. Every time I I hear that, I think there's got to be more to life than chasing out every temporary high to satisfy me. Okay, it says there is a shift in your perception in the following stage, and things start to feel different. A more mature, sensitive, gentle, and compassionate self emerges. You may recognize this shift in yourself if you look back at the person you were, say, 3 or 4 years ago. This emergence is part of the awakening. As you begin to integrate aspects of self which hitherto have been rejected, ignored, or repressed, feelings of self acceptance and inner peace characterize this stage in your growth. Around this period, you may have found yourself sparked with a desire to explore and go deeper into your life and your purpose and to find another level of meaning. During this time, you may be discovering your soul path in one form or another. This is so perfect with the notes, okay? So it says maybe with the practices of meditation, yoga, shamanism, transpersonal psychology, energy healing, visionary art, or a personal spiritual practice such as working with crystals and natural objects. Some of these practices may have worked for you and some not. Remember, at each step of the way, you have learned so much more about yourself and in the process have healed underlying emotional wounds. However, this journey does not always have the appearance of an ongoing upward trajectory by any means. Due to the vicissitudes of life, a personal crisis can again arise that threatens to cast you back into the abyss. Still, nevertheless, you have the fortitude to get through the storm and emerge even wiser and stronger than before. As you move through the layers from denser to lighter, you realize that you are coming more into alignment with the wisdom of your eternal soul. You gain the realization that all the mishaps, difficulties, and encounters with people you have experienced in your life were real gifts in disguise to help you, to challenge you, and ultimately to inspire you, effectively compelling you to become the person that you are becoming. Okay, it says with this shift in vibration, you draw people and teachings to you and consciously engage with this wisdom in advancing your personal growth. You have, just like the phoenix, risen from the ashes, and in this have become a new and ascended human being, a person who holds compassion not only for the people around you, but for all life. And in this, recognizing the divine presence within and in others. Okay. It says, as expressed in the Mayan greeting, in la kek, no, in lak ek alakin, I am another as you are another me. Okay, so that's lovely. Okay. And then on the Angels of Sacred Union card, it says, Yeshua replied, when you make the two one, and when you make the inner as the outer, and the outer as the inner, and the above as the below, and when you make the male and female into a single one, so that the male will not be a male and the female not a female, then you shall enter the kingdom. Oh, that's fire. Okay. That's so fire. Okay. Did I say this is a Syrian reading? Okay. This is the Syrians portion of your guide to the to your divine guide to the galaxy. Okay. So next was roses. Okay. So roses represent many different things in many different colors, you know, and this is kind of the part of the journey where you decide which colors you kind of want to represent yourself with, you know what I mean? Um, but also, this is the part where you're really focused and really looking into these different parts of the world. You know, red represents true love. You start to question what is really love. You know, black represents death. Blue represents mystery. White represents innocence and purity. Yellow, friendship, and orange, passion. You know, you gain a deeper understanding and connection to the colors that you've been hearing so much about on this up until this point of the journey. Okay. Roses also represent achievement, completion, and perfection. Okay. You are, of course, perfectly imperfect. But when you get to stage 7, you really start to feel that and really start to embrace that. And then you just keep like, you ascend to a higher place. It's like there's this set of wings, and then there's another set of wings that's like aligned with the throat chakra. And then there's this other set of wings that aligns with the crown chakra. You become a master, excuse me, of all 3 realms. Okay, that's why I burped, because I was thinking about saying that. You become a master of all of the realms, and you're able to like snatch this information and energy out of the air and make it work for you. Okay. So next was the number 300, which talks about growth, expansion, and abundance, and embracing your wisdom and intuition. At this point, it's like you're over the distraction of shiny things, and you have integrated your knowing, and you're really following your intuition. Even if it means that you have to be a lone wolf, you're doing what you need to do with your cosmic guides and with your spirit team at this point to ensure that you fly the way they want you to. Look, a collaboration of souls. Okay. What else? So we got missile. It says a threat or conflict in one's life causing feelings of vulnerability or insecurity. And, they were talking about at this point where things could come back up. The missile also talked about things being thrown or projected to strike a distant object. Okay. All of a sudden, you are very, look, accept and receive. Okay. I feel like all of a sudden you become very aware of the threats that are like further away. I feel like the immediate threats, coworkers, family, friends, they're like your first set of lessons. But at this point, you're like this huge beacon of light. You're very spiritually awakened, and anybody with any ounce of power or what they assume to be power understands that. Okay. The kingdom, like Yeshua was saying, is now shining on the outside of you. You're in it. Okay, so next was the number 767, okay, which talks about spiritual awakening and profound insights, okay? And this says fall in love with your own story. So at this stage, you become very in love with your own story, very understanding of where you've been, very appreciative, of your progress up into this point. And this brings on this bigger spiritual awakening to yourself, okay? It says this is the beginning. 7757 says this is the beginning of a wonderful new chapter in your life. So at this point, you're kind of closing out those old parts. You're not looking at things the same way. You are completely different. Okay. You're really embracing the hue in the human is what I'm hearing. Okay. So next I seen a cow. And the cow talks about fertility, sacrifice, and life-giving qualities. Also at this stage in the journey, you have made all of the sacrifices that you're going to make in order to prove that you're ready to stand up. And, with the courage and bravery, you know how to protect yourself spiritually. Your ego is working for you, and all of these beautiful things are in order. And this makes you so fertile, so attractive, so magnetic. Okay. And also, you give life wherever you go at this stage, even if you're not trying to, okay? And then next was the sperm whale, okay? So the sperm whale represents balance, adaptability, and self-determination, okay? Unstick the stuck. This is the part where, because before, your passions are awakened and you have an idea of what you want to do, but still you feel like you're running into all of these different snags and things like that because there are all of these outside moving parts that your guides are constantly having to handle and fix. All of these, people and energies attacking you and trying to come up against you and trying to block you and trying to copy you and just trying to do a whole bunch of like petty things. So this part, because it is a new chapter, comes with like this whole new set of lessons. Okay, I seen 1411. But you are, like I said, at this point, able to spiritually protect yourself. You embrace the fact that you are a part of this big collaboration of souls, and you feel a lot more stronger in yourself and more comfortable with your story and the way that it has gone. So did I say the sperm whale? The sperm whale, okay? Yeah, I did. I remember. Look, changes, okay? You go through, it's like you embrace the changes at this point, you know. It says make a mission statement for your soul, you know. You have that point, that destination, that place, that goal that you want to get to, and you don't let nobody stop you from getting to that at this point. There is no shooting you down. There is no talking shit about you or nothing that anyone could do that could ruffle your feathers and make you stop your journey with your cosmic guides and with spirit. So, then I wrote, they were saying, who am I? Why am I here? What is my purpose in life? I think that was that big supercomputer that they went to ask for the meaning of life and, you know, everything. um, but when they went to ask that question to the computer, they kicked off like this, I don't know, I want to say like this existential crisis in the computer, you know, that made the computer be like, why am I even here? Like, what am I for? I'm just here to answer your questions, you know. And then we got surrender at the bottom of the deck, you know. I feel like you're very surrendering at this point and just in a very open, very curious place. And that's exactly where spirit likes you to be, okay? So next I seen petunias, and petunias represent desire, hope, and calmness, okay? They also represent perseverance and positivity. What else? What's distraction of shiny things and integrate your knowing? For love like this. Okay, we got take charge and action, you know. Like I said, in this part of the journey, you get this amazing tunnel vision, you know. It doesn't matter what's going on or how anyone tries to distract you. You continue to follow your knowing with this amazing perseverance and positivity. And I feel like on the outside of you, it causes a lot of anger, a lot of resentment, you know, especially if it's people that you used to like entertain or give your energy to, or, you know, that you refuse to argue with at this point in your journey. And then I wrote portals. I underlined portals, but I didn't look it up, okay? We got opportunity and change, and we got romance and connection. But I feel like that romance and connection is all about this romance, this new sense of romance and connection that you find with the self and with the world around you. Let me Google, shit, I didn't turn this on. I'm going to Google portals because there's something there, but I'm going to just go to lemons because it's next. No, next is this will end in tears. I just know it. Okay. And so it's like, this is the part where you're breaking everybody's heart because you're over their stories and their narratives that they're trying to paint for you. And you're really in love with yourself and you know that you're not stuck and you're very accepting and surrendering to the changes. Okay. Yeah, you know how to say no at this point, and that causes such a ruckus in your life, you know, because people really need an adjustment period to you now. You know, it's like they don't know you. They have to get to know you all over again because you're exhibiting all of these different galactic vibration ass traits that they just really have a hard time adjusting to, okay? Yeah, and you have this certain sense of joy and contentment. So it's not like you don't care about all of this, but it's next, like I said, is lemons. You know, it's like at this point, this is the point of the journey where spirit hands you the lemons. You know what I mean? And you've gone through all of this training and all of this, you know, like growth up into this point to where you know exactly what to do with them lemons. You got the best, most fire's ass recipe for that lemonade anybody ever tasted, okay? What's fall in love with your own story and unstick the stuck? Listen deeply, okay? Also, at this point, you know exactly how to execute a meditation, exactly how to go within and learn exactly what you need to learn so that you're like excelling in your field, whatever field you may choose. So with unstick the stuck and changes, we got to expect miracles because I feel like also at this point, you start to get a lot of great news, okay? A lot of things just change energetically and you really don't understand why, but you do understand why, okay? This music just stopped playing for no reason, okay? We got strength and guidance, okay? You also understand the strength in your guidance and you follow it and you're also stepping into this place where you're very strong and you understand that your intuition is your guide. So you find strength in your own guidance when you're falling in love with your own story. Okay. So lemons actually represent luxury, love, and longevity. Okay. And I feel like at this point, you realize how much you elevating to a vibration of luxury, love, and longevity puts a sour taste in the mouths of others. Okay, this is what the Sirians really want to address, you know. So I was saying before, you know, like this thing never stops. It just goes on and on and on. There's always a lesson for you to grow, some way for your soul to grow. It's just that they lighten up. It said going, he said, the Syrian said, going from a place of density to lightness. Okay. So lemons are awful. Okay. Also, but it kind of sounded like awful. It might seem very awful, you know, but really you're stepping through. It says it says sacred to go through the scared to go through the portal. Okay, this part of the journey has the ability to scare you off, you know what I mean? If you watch readings, they'll be like, oh well, new levels, new devils. No, it's just like sometimes a test can be very intense at this part of the journey because you have all the training that you need to handle it, and spirit needs to see you handle it in the best way you could possibly handle it without going all the way back to part one of the guide, you know, or forgetting what you've already learned up until this point. But I'm gonna tell you, I'm gonna make that make more sense. Okay, no, don't do that. This song, okay, this is what I clicked on accent. I kept singing this song yesterday. I kept saying turn around every now and then it gets a little bit, and I was like, what the fuck is I was like, I don't even know this song. Okay, but I Googled that. I Googled the part that I was singing, and it was Bonnie Tyler, Total Eclipse of the Heart lyrics, okay? And it says, every now and then I get a little bit lonely and you're never coming around, okay? So this could also be a very, like a very isolated part of the journey because so many people are on your vibration and they really don't understand you or the actions and the way that you have taken charge in your own life. They just don't get it, you know. So you know, isolation is really good for this part. Why is it playing but not making no noise now? Excuse me. I don't know what's wrong with it. So it says, every now and then I get a little bit tired of listening to the sound of my tears. Every now and then I get a little bit nervous that the best of all the years have gone by, you know. So at this point, you can tend to be a little bit worried, a little bit obsessive about what it is that you have put your energy into, you know, because it's like your main focus and all you care about. It's like now your emotions at this point are really tied into your co-creation with spirit, you know, and that's really all you're worried about, really, and all the only thing that you spend a lot of time thinking about, you know. It could be a little terrifying to be staring down whatever source wants you to do, you know. And when source wants you to do something, he makes you aware that it's something very big and it's so great and it's so exciting, and it just puts a lot of pressure on it, you know. So that's why listening deeply and expecting the miracles or knowing that the miracles are coming is very important. And saying no is also very important. Saying no and giving yourself that love and giving yourself the opportunity to effortlessly go through these changes, okay? So let me look at the portal because that's the one thing that I turned this thing on to look at. That's why I be turning it on ahead of time because it's slow. So it says a portal in a dream represents a gateway to new opportunities, experiences, and knowledge. Okay, so this part of the journey opens up a lot of these types of gateways. It can also symbolize a desire for change or escape from the current situation. It says this dream may be urging you to take a leap of faith and explore new possibilities. Okay, so also you could be in this part of the journey, you could be wanting to expand, you know what I mean? But I channeled hopelessly devoted to you. Okay, when I was writing these notes, I was singing hopelessly devoted to you, and spirit changed it to hopefully devoted to you. Okay, so you could be hopefully devoted to whatever it is that your divine purpose is at this point in the journey, and just going through nothing but growth. And it can be a little bit hard to stick to yourself and stick to the program. So, that's why spirit sends you a lot of energy of hope. They want to keep you as hopefully devoted to your divine purpose as you need to be. But they still want you to have a lot of fun with things too. All right, let's see. There we go. All right. So, in the movie, okay, the guy was scared to go through the portal, okay? So he had the opportunity open to him right there, but he was afraid to jump in, It was like him and Mos Def and another guy, if I'm not mistaken, okay? And it says he finally leaps, but the portal doesn't let him leap through. He kind of leaps through like the little thing where the portal appears, but they all jump at the same time, but he doesn't go through the portal. He falls out the other side because he is afraid, okay? And so at this point, if you're still afraid, which is totally possible, you can hold yourself back from certain things, and that's very important to know in the Divine Guide to the Galaxy. The most important thing at this point in the journey is trust, okay, and awareness, and the expectation that whatever you create is going to come to you. Fear can be very sneaky thoughts, is what the Sirians are saying. It's important to stand in your truth and know that you're the one, who's holding this great potential, and you are totally capable of accomplishing anything, okay? So, like I was saying before, in this movie, okay, the Earth is scheduled for demolition, okay? So, after he leaves Earth, okay, did I write that in the next one? Yeah, after he leaves Earth, okay, not too long after, Earth blows up, okay? So they end up in this place, okay? Like I said, you get more answers, he gets like sort of taken back behind the scenes where they make the planets and all of these things. So they actually blew up Earth so that they could create a new diamond-shaped Earth, okay? And it says, next to Earth, I wrote the computer designed to answer the meaning of life. Okay. So Earth is the place where you're meant to come and understand the meaning of your life, the meaning of your soul, for you to receive the gifts of understanding that God wishes to give you. Okay. To work with you to understand. You're being taught how to choose yourself, to choose what's best for your soul. You're being taught to fly, how to soar, and how to see things from a higher, more wiser perspective, so that you can eventually get raised in the ranks to becoming, say, like an ascended master or something like this, okay? It says vibrations, but I was going to look up the diamond energy or the diamond symbolism. So it says, from denoting power, status, and loyalty, okay? It says the diamond's beauty could not be denied, and in what now seems inevitable, it always becomes a symbol of love, okay? So, this journey on earth of your soul being here is to always come back to being this beautiful symbol of love, and to teach other souls how to get to the place where they're being a beautiful symbol of love, teaching yourself that you like go through all of these pressures and get turned into a diamond all over again, just like the earth is doing now. And you learn all about your vibrations and what vibration you really truly do belong on, okay? So also it talks about eternity, inner strength and beauty, and patience and perseverance. These are the types of things that you come to the earth to learn, okay? And that's facts. Go print them. Hey, this is a good phone like Dusty. But I had this one. Let's take charge and action and opportunity and change. Okay, the Ace of Cups. Because at this point, your cup overflows. Like I said, you come here to become that beacon of love, and then you share that love and that knowledge, that those steps and those things, how to get there with others, because you never know who's going to relate to that thing. You teach others how to come out of their own mental entrapments at this point. You learn to collaborate with souls. You take your emotionally intelligent energy and you teach others how to do it. Teach others how to go into stable romantic connections. Teach others how to set up boundaries and how to say no. Teach others that there's so much more and so much opportunity to change, and all they have to do is take charge and action and take the first steps, and teach them how to listen deeply and teach them that the miracles are already theirs. All they have to do is expect them and call them in with the power that they possess, okay? Yeah, to help others to get the forward movement that they think is not happening. You teach people how to unstick the stuck, okay? And it's funny because even when you feel like your chariot isn't moving, it's like for a while in this part of the journey, it feels like you're just helping others, or you're watching others be progressed or be pushed up or to be elevated. But sometimes that's just a test to see, are you going to stay loyal? Okay. What did it say? It said, shit. It says eternity, inner strength, and beauty. No, it says power, status, and loyalty, okay? Are you willing to stay loyal to receive even more of this power so that you can overflow that out of your cup and share it with others, okay? Listen deeply and expect miracles. Yeah, the Queen of Cups, okay? And are you being as gentle with yourself and your journey? It's funny because the King and Queen of Cups, okay, they were like this, looking both in the middle at the chariot in reverse. I feel like this is the part of the journey where you have to bring your feminine energy back out, like he's saying, well, they're saying, okay, because this is the Sirians, okay, they're saying like, teaching the masculine and the feminine energies within you to work toward the same goal, okay? Yeah. And it's like a whole nother round of releasing people, people, places, situations, and things that aren't serving you, okay? What else? What's the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Swords? The Pleiadian activation, okay? Which is funny because the Pleiadian reading was yesterday, okay? So it says coming together, harmony in the heavens and resolution, okay? Like I was saying, after you go through that Pleiadian, when you start getting Pleiadian downloads, you become really harmonious, okay? Really, you become this beautiful teacher, able to resolve any issue or any problem, okay? And people really love that. And this is why this stage seems to be next, right smack dab in the middle, where you should be at this place of bliss and wonder and happiness, because there's always more to learn, and you already have everything that you need to handle everything at this point. We just want to see you do it. We want to see you exercise it. And we want to, scan your moral compass. We want to check your progress. We want to see how far you're making it and how you're dealing with things on the inside of you. What is this? Ancestral realms, okay? Like there's a series of tests, a series of energy, like this big energy release that you have to go through when you get done healing the lineage, and building up the proper boundaries. And also, it's like when you get to this stage, you're to the point where you are exchanging energy with the spiritual realm, okay? Your angels and ancestors are powering you up, and you're doing the same for them by communicating with them or speaking for them or allowing them to work through you in whatever way it is that they do, okay? What's the King of Cups and the Chariot in reverse, okay? The central sun. It says abundance, downloads, regeneration, and success, you know? But I feel like they're saying that these issues, these certain things that you go through, most of it is like an absorption of the energies around you, okay? Because at this point, like I said, you get a boost, you go through these different levels of spiritual awakening, you know. And it's funny because this ancestral realm card with this little swirl thing right here looks a lot like this swirl thing that's going on within him, you know, and the white lines are that Kundalini energy. So I feel like this part of the journey is very important to that Kundalini energy and to you realizing how powerful you are, how powerful your gifts are, how much you are actually affected by those outside of you. But like I said, at this point, you're very good at transmutation. So it's very important to this part of the journey is what the Sirians are saying. Yeah. The Holy Grail, okay? Like this is the part where you discover the real Holy Grail, you know? Find real deeper parts of yourself, you know. You find sacredness within and you realize that you are what you've been seeking this entire time, and that's the most powerful thing that you need when it comes to cosmic coherence, you know, or really communicating with all of your guides and angels. We got the Sword of Light, okay? It says divine protection, cut cords, and breakthrough energy, okay? This is the part of the journey where you make these huge breakthroughs, you know, these big epiphanies that are really small, like, oh my gosh, like I'm so happy. You know what I mean? Things like this. You gain a higher level of soul star activation, okay? You start to fulfill more soul contracts and really come into a deep remembrance of who you are and who you have been all along. All along, you have been galactically vibrating. All along, you have been where you needed to be. The entire divine journey through the galaxy, you were who you needed to be. And you just become so aware of that it is crazy, okay? I don't want to get too deep into it. I'll be crying when they get all inspirational. All right, what is the Pleiadian activation? But that was a very emotional feeling, you know. In this part of the journey, you could cry a lot too, but you could be noticing that the things that you cry about are very different, you know. Like even the things you cry about become a happier thing, okay? What's Pleiadian activation and ancestral realm? It says Bruce Lee would stay focused, okay? So it's like, even if you feel like, you know, you're dealing with certain shadow things now with this shadow dragon in the back, I feel like at this point you have taken your shadow and turned it into like this catalog of experiences of wisdom that you have that you can access at any time, and now you become able to deal with the shadows of others, you know. So at this part of the journey, the Syrians want you to stay very focused, okay? Don't lose focus. Don't let anybody take you off of your square, okay? The song said, when you move, I move. Okay, so in this part of the journey, you are very connected to your guides. You know, you move when they say move. You ask them everything because they talk right to you, okay? They talk right to me. Or they'll send me like the perfect number that will literally read like an answer, okay? What's ancestral realm in there? Okay, we got Heath Ledger with the show must go on, you know? And it's like at this point in the journey also, like you refuse to be masked up. You refuse to be the Joker or the clown for anyone. And you also refuse to be the villain in your own story. And that's very important to your forward movement where you may be feeling stuck or maybe feeling like you're not going anywhere. Like these are all the things that your cosmic guides come in and really help you to learn and accept and understand about yourself. What's the central sun and the Holy Grail? Yeah, with Whitney Houston, okay, with Aim High, sister, or brother. This is the part where you realize your dreams are much more attainable than you thought they ever were. And you can just reach right out and grab them. You can just pull them right to you like on a little string. You can literally manifest like that. You can literally imagine whatever you want to make and just imagine yourself lassoing that thing and pulling that thing into you, okay? And being happy, like, oh my gosh, it's almost here. You become very creative in the ways that you do manifestations and in the way that you look at your spiritual journey. You have this amazing like footing, like this balance between spiritual and the 3D, okay? And then we got Sylvia Brown at the bottom with believe and you will receive. I feel like at this point in the journey, the Syrians are saying a lot of doubt can creep in. A lot of drama can try to creep its way in because the point is to pull you backwards, to keep you stuck in the energies of the matrix, to keep you stuck in fear and all of these things. But nobody really knows that you're already out and there's no such thing as, re-sticking the unstuck, because you realized at this point in the journey, you were never stuck in the first place, okay? What's Bruce Lee and Heath Ledger? Ooh. Okay, we got influence, and then we got release. I feel like at this part of the journey, you run into a lot of temptation, a lot of people coming around trying to influence you back into the life that you were in. A lot of people that you have released are coming back because they're in an energy of grief, and this is what makes this part of the journey a little bit hard. What's okay? We got ghosts, okay? And also in this part of the journey, like I was saying before, you tend to get attacked by people who are outside of that co-worker, family member, ex-lover circle. Now you're getting attacked by people who you wouldn't even fathom can see your light or wouldn't have any reason to attack you or any reason to want to siphon your energy. I'm blowing up in my I got you on my mind, okay? These are energies and people outside of you who actually see, look, you see the way that this crow is glowing, okay? This is something that becomes very apparent in this part of the journey, that you got that shine, you got that glow, you got that fucking sauce, and they want it. And so the song said, I'll be drunk texting, drunk texting, drunk texting you. Okay. So, and then it's like on top of that, you still have the immediate, like people who will see themselves as like threats to you and people who want to come in and make empty commitments. Okay. With the empty nest and the commitment. All getting exposed every time they come, because at this point you have outgrown crow status, and you're a hawk, okay, where you're seeing things from the higher perspective. You're an expert hunter. You know exactly where the energy is coming from, and you know exactly how to be like, hey spirit, you know what I mean, handle my lightweight. You get warnings way ahead of time in this part of the journey, and so there's no problem. There is really no risk in the things that you do because you understand that you're covered. You're always going to get a warning, okay? Yeah, for your survival, because it's most important that you survive. When people are being slick and sly and slimy on the outside of you, we are worried about keeping you safe and you surviving, period, because you have a special cosmic journey that you're meant to do, and you did all of the work to unlock it at this point. So of course you're heavily protected, because there's a lot of people who really don't make it to that place. Okay, what is the final thought on this, beautiful Sirians? Thank you so much for these messages. We got the evil queen. Okay, you deserve sugar, not salt. Okay, and then we got protest, okay, with start a revolution. And then we got morning, the world awaits you, okay, like, early in the morning, not like, morning. But I feel like this is the part where you're like this. It's like, you got all of these different hands, And we were closing out with that Kali energy yesterday. So I feel like this is the part where you really embrace that Kali energy. And you can be really ruthless, or you can be like the most gentlest thing ever. And when it comes to your dreams and unsticking the stuck and moving forward and helping others, you will protest all day long to anyone who tries to stop you, you know? And also, this is the part of the journey where you ain't taking no salt. You don't want none of that. It's not happening. You don't care how evil any of these people think they are, okay? Look, princess, be your own knight at the bottom of the deck. This is the part where you and you are together now. And let somebody come and mess with your person, you know, which is you. You become like just as protective as yourself, are you as you are as you are of the other people that you love and care about, because you are seeing your value and your worth every day, in every moment, and even showing that much gratitude. All right, so we're gonna read Evil Queen, because that's the one that came out like on top. Why is Princess? You could be your own knight next to it, okay? And they're laying next to each other. So I'm gonna read both of them because they're very short in this book. Okay, so Princess says you can be your own knight. It says you may be in a dire situation you need to escape from. Rest assured, you have the power within to persevere. My bad. It says you already know you don't need to be rescued by a charming prince or a chivalrous knight in shining armor. You've got your own shield and sword, and God's help and God help anyone who thinks they can do a better job. Okay, so also you become very aware in this stage that my energy is my energy. There's no one that can copy me. That's ridiculous. There's no one that can take my spot or take my power or anything like that. Okay, jeez. So next is the Evil Queen. Okay, well, you deserve sugar, not salt. I don't know what happened. Okay. I just was like squirrel. Okay. But also, you know, you can find yourself getting very distracted in this part of the journey. Okay. So it says, Evil Queen, you deserve sugar, not salt. Okay. It says someone in your life is mistreating you. You keep trying to see the good in them, but they just keep disappointing you again and again. Trust is some people, my bad. I said trust is, okay. But truth is, some people don't deserve second chances, okay? So it's like, try not to give second chances to people you already know that you can't trust at this part of the journey. That's very important to you maintaining your light and not giving away your energy in an unhealthy situation that you know it's not going to last, okay? It says unfollow them and block their number. It's time to move on. Do whatever it takes to find some inner peace, for it's just as precious as gold, you know, like I said. Your energy is golden. It is diamond status energy. So at this point in the journey, you are very aware of that. You know that, you understand that. And the Sirians are saying that's the most important thing that you know. That's what makes your cup overflow. And if you allow people in at this part of the journey, if you're collaborating with the wrong souls, they can get in the way of the things that you're meant to accept and receive. So with that, I'm done, okay? I hope you guys have a happy, fabulous, wonderful, and amazing day, and you got something out of this, okay? And I will see you later. Bye.